Hello.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Sonali. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Hey. So is there anyone else who will be joining or should we get started?
No, we can start.
Okay, sure. All right. So in the last class, I believe, we guys had gone through a overview for API testing. All right. In this class, in this session particular, we will be discussing about like how does a project begins and what will be the initial things that we will be working on, how are we going to test the application, and yeah. So again, today also we will be looking into a e-commerce based application. All right. So let me just share the screen. Okay, so let me know if you see my screen.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, all right. So here in this application, this is majorly, wardrobe collection and, accessories and all with home decor things as well. So let's say we need to test a particular page. We need to test this home decor page. So we will be getting the requirements. So these requirements, you'll be getting it from the product owner. Once the product owner will be sharing the requirements, your duty will be now to create the test plan. This will be in coordination with your team lead, right? So mm, yeah. Yeah. So basically, we will be creating the test plan here. And in the test plan, we will be mentioning all the table of contents, so which we will be creating later on. So initially, we will be working on the overview. So I'll give the I'll give the details about the project introduction. So this is right now our e-commerce based project that we will be working on. So just a basic overview that it's a web-based, it's a e-commerce website. It is a digital storefront on the internet, and we can do the facilitate the transaction between a buyer and seller. So these kind of things we can mention on the overview site. Now, what is my objective for this particular feature? My objective is that I want to verify the home decor page. All right. So just this much will be enough. Risk and mitigations. Under risk and mitigation, I'll be, mentioning like if there is any risk involved while testing this. So let's say resource availability for this scenario. I've given that maybe, a few of my resources will not be available during that testing phase. So we will be needing more resources. So resources as in like QA members. Okay. So those things we need to mention that there are not much people in the team. Currently, maybe they are on holidays or something. So that's why this could impact the testing from our side. Uh, Okay, so release vehicle milestone. We will be how we will be going ahead with the testing. So first of all, we will be going on functional freeze, which is basically what is like that we will be deciding that this is how my application should function. All right. So when I say that when I click on home decor, I should be seeing all the home decor items. So this is basically uh, we are saying that This is the functional freeze. Then there will be a sort of, there will be options to sort, there will be options to uh, filter the products with the price range. So these sort of things will be coming under functionality. So these functionality will be freezed once we have the requirements and all. These will be freezed. We won't be changing the requirement that often. Okay, once it starts, once the development start, we won't be changing it. So this is basically, what happens is like we will be basically saying that functionality freeze will happen, but in agile methodology, what happens is like there could be various scenarios when functionality will have to change. Product owner will come and say, no, 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 now we need this functionality to work like that. But still, in the process, we will say that now we have to freeze the functionality. At some point of time, we will have to say that now we can't make any more changes. If there are any changes required, which are of low priority, we'll be doing it in the next releases or what, but not in the current release. If the development is, let's say if it's halfway through and now the product owner is coming that uh, uh, that I something like where they want to remove some filter buttons or they want to add some filtering options. Okay, so if removing is there, then that could happen very quickly. There is no problem. But filtering option, if they want to add something, so in that scenario, we'll have to say that now functional freeze will have to do. We can't make any more changes. Code freeze is basically uh, code freeze is when the testing has begun now, and we have the QA says that it's good to go from QAs, and uh, we have done the testing, and now the code is merged to the master branch. Code is ready to get released into the production. Okay, just like you can say like around uh, 20 or 30 days before, you're saying before the release, we can't make any code changes at that moment. So that is what code freeze will be. Or whenever the QA completes the testing, the code freeze will be done. Then test complete date, PLT release date. So PLT is like, again, we are releasing on our QA environment. From there, we are releasing it to the master environment, then staging, and then production environment. So these sort of things we will take care over here. Under references, we will be attaching all the documentations that we have for us. So we will be having the architecture document, that how my architecture will look like, how many microservices will be involved, how the data will be flowing from various databases. These sort of things will be there in the architecture diagram or document, so we can attach the link for it. Mockups, as we have discussed, this is nothing but basically the Figma design. So we will be talking about we will be looking at the UX designs, and from there we will be testing our UI, that it's matching with the product requirement, it is matching with the mockups Figma designs. All right, so testing synopsis is basically what features we are going to test, features to be tested. So there we will be adding like what things we are going to test. So in this case, we are going to test the home decor page. So these details I will give over here. Again, on home decor page also, what things are you going to test? So filter options, sorting, and so you will be, yeah, it should be able to go to cart also. So cart should be able to add to cart. Then if I want to place the order, so place order. So these things I will be testing. So it's nothing like that. See, I have worked on this page, home decor page is created, developed. So I'll be just testing this, and I won't be testing these uh, features since they are created by some other team. It doesn't happen like that. We'll have to check the complete flow. So once my page is ready, if the products available from that, I should be able to, add them to the cart, and then I should be able to place the order. Okay. Um, Apart from that, so we'll be looking into the test strategy. Test strategy is basically, first of all, you'll be creating the test data for it. So in terms of this e-commerce website uh, testing, what will be our test data will be basically like search options we are doing. If we are trying to add a particular um you know if you are trying to filter some products based upon their prices, if you are trying to add them to the cart, so these scenarios we will cover up over there. So the test data will be majorly the search, the keywords for which what you are looking for. All right, so let's say I'm looking out for bags. So if I'm searching for bags, it should populate the proper results. If I'm giving some invalid search things like, let's say I'm trying to search for a gaming option, okay, games on this e-commerce website, which is majorly for wardrobes and home decor. So it will say that, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
Sonali.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this case, majorly what products we are going to search for, we will be looking into that. Functionality will be, we have already discussed, so this will be saying that we are going to do the functionality testing. So where we will be writing the functionality test cases, and it will be, I need to get it validated from, I need to get it reviewed from my team lead. And this functionality testing, I'll be doing it on the teams environment, which is the QA environment. Then I have the integration testing. So integration testing will be carried out either into the master test environment, which is, where all your master branch will be deployed. So this thing, apart from that,
Sonali, sorry to
yeah,
interrupt. This integration testing is done by the developers or by QA
no, it will be done by the QA
on
only.
the. Okay, so this integration testing on the environment done by the QA.
Yeah, integration testing will be always done by the QA only.
Okay, but we learned that it is done by the developer only, so that's why I'm
It's
got
the
confused.
it's the unit integration testing, which is done by the developers. But the feature integration testing is done by the QA.
Oh, so it's a kind of system testing, this integration testing.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So once the integration testing is done, we will be going for the regression testing. Regression, this will be done on the dev prod environment, the pre-production environment, where we will be running our automation suite. Okay. And there will be like, not everything can be automated. So in that case, we'll have to manually test that as well. Manually test the other test cases in the regression suite. Okay. So user acceptance test, this is majorly, it is done on the production environment. So either PMs or business, anyone from the business team, they will be taking care of this. They need to do this testing. Performance testing will have to give like how many users are we going to do, like at a time if 100 users are landing on my page, at a time if 20K users are landing on my page, how my application is behaving. Performance majorly, yeah. So for users only we will do in this scenario. Security based
So,
testing will be, yeah,
sorry, Sonali, this performance testing we done by through a JMeter or
yeah,
uh,
yeah, it will be done via JMeter. It will be
so we
again
have to
taken.
connect. So we have to connect the JMeter tool with our system. So then after that we can do the performance testing.
Uh,
Plug.
it's, yeah, it's a tool where you have to give your APIs or you if you need to directly test the application, so that also you can do. But usually what happens is like we will be directly hitting the APIs and then try to test the application. But
So
in
when
performance test, yeah.
yeah, when we show our project, so
Mhm.
like this is our test plan. So we have to know about the J meter and all also.
No, 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 you don't need to say anything about this at all, because what happens is like majorly this is taken care by dedicated resources. So if you
Mhm.
mention that we have worked on it, so it can cause us a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
it
can
does-
mention that the performance testing will be taken care by the some other team. We can
yeah, yeah,
mention like,
definitely, definitely you can mention it like that, because it is
okay.
usually taken care by other QA team members only, dedicated resources.
And the same for the security testing.
Same for the security. Security is definitely taken care by other team members only.
And here is one browser compatibility testing. So that we mentioned that we did it by through a browser stack or something.
Yeah, yeah, right. So this part of testing has to be taken care by us only as part of functional testing. So
Mhm.
make sure that if your application is, something related to e-commerce or insurance based also, or if it's a finance domain also, uh, it has to be tested on various environments, various OS, various browsers.
Mhm.
So these things will have to mention and just convey this in your interviews as well.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, test system requirement, if we can skip this one. Features not to be tested. So it features not to be tested. Here we will give that the other uh, pages like home page or bags or these kind of or the other pages, basically we won't be testing them. Okay, because and we also know that whatever we are integrating, it won't be causing any trouble to these things at least. Okay, the other pages, so we'll skip them, we won't be testing them. Let's talk about the test entrance criteria. So this you have to keep in mind. This is very important thing. Majorly, if you say that uh, we know about uh, writing test plans, so they'll be definitely asking you what is the test entrance criteria that you follow and what is the test exit criteria that you follow. So it is very basic things. What we will do is like we'll say that test entrance criteria, once I have created the test plan, it has to get reviewed. So test plan review has been completed. Whatever test cases I have created, return, those has to be reviewed. Okay. So there might be some chances like whatever your understanding is there, but it is not matching with the requirement. Maybe some unclarity in the requirement. So that is caused to this thing. But so it has to be reviewed. Okay. Apart from this, so unit tests have been created, have been executed, and the results are available for review. So these unit tests are basically written by the developer. So they will be, providing this. They'll be providing you the. Uh, they'll be giving you the QA handover, right? So QA handover, they'll be showing you that I have developed this and this is a functionality. So before the QA handover, you have to make sure this is your responsibility. You have to make sure whether your unit test cases are done and is the have you got it reviewed by someone, all right? And even for the PR also, the branch which they are raising, okay, so it is a basically pull request. So they'll be creating a pull request to get it merged to the master, but it can be merged only once the QA gives approval. But you have to make sure that a internal review has been done at least by one team member, by other developers. so that it's good to go from the code level side. Shouldn't happen like that. Okay, I have given a heads up that yeah, if we can go ahead with the release, we can merge this to master. But now they are coming up with the code changes that this functionality is not implemented properly. So that's where we'll have to take care of these things. So is this point clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So smoke test has passed on QA environment. So smoke test is basically, we are doing a round of just the basic testing, basic functionality testing on the QA environment. If the basic functionality itself is not working, so we need to give it back to the developer. If it's working fine, then we will dig deep into the testing part. Test exit criteria will be all planned testing is completed. So whatever test cases I had written, those test cases are executed. The different type of testing that I had mentioned in the test plan, which is security-based testing, performance-based testing, functional testing, cross-browser testing. These all things I need to make sure that these all things are executed. Only then we can say that this particular feature has been tested completely. We can't say that, I have completed the functional testing. So now we can release this into the production. So yeah, we need to take care of that.
Okay.
Okay. Mm, just give me a second, guys. I need to charge the headphones. Just a
Yes.
second.
Sure.
Yeah. Um, so next is all bugs that whatever has been found out, so we have to either those are fixed or we have a target milestone set up for those bugs. So we can't just, put them uh, we have to set at least some target milestone that either we are going to push it to the next release or we are keeping it in the backlog that maybe later on we will decide maybe in not even in the next release also we won't be able to pick it up, but on the very later stages we'll be picking this bug. So this was test exit criteria. Yeah, basically these are the things that we cover up into the test plan creation. So if we'll just go to the contents once again. So under overview, I have given some project introduction. What is my website about? Under objectives, I have given like what particular thing that I'm going to test for what I have written this test plan. Risk and mitigations, like my QA team members are not available, or maybe some sort of data which is missing. Let's say you're trying to test the home decor, but there is no um, enough data which is there on the database. Okay, you don't have enough products for it, so you want to test it like if, let's say, what happens if I have like thousand of products, how is my application behaving in that case? So maybe in such scenarios we'll have to create the dummy data from the backend, but this you can include in the risks. um, so release vehicle milestone, we have discussed this like freeze functionality freeze, code freeze, and these things. Testing synopsis, features to be tested will give each details. What kind of testing we are going to do, we will be mentioning that test system requirement. So on which particular environments we are going to test, features not to be tested. So other pages that we are talking about, we won't be testing them. Test entry criteria, exit criteria, um, and yeah. So is the test plan clear? Like, do you now understand like how are we going to create a particular test plan?
Yeah. Clear.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Sonali, the environment was only the QA environment, or we do it on some other environment also, the test plan? In the test plan, you mentioned the environment. So that is the QA
Right.
environment?
So we'll have to do it on all the environments. It is not just going to be the QA environment. It will be like QA environment, then we have any master environment, then pre-production environment. So at least on these three environments, we'll have to do it. This I'm talking about the functionality testing. Okay. So if we are doing the performance testing also, which, if you have mentioned it in your test plan, that performance testing will also be done. So
Mm.
the dedicated team will be picking it up. Okay. No, we don't need to worry about it, but still you need to mention that the performance testing will be done on the performance environment. All right, because that will be having a very high CPU and it will be having the exact configuration what is there on the production environments.
Okay, so in this plan, we mentioned that we first do the testing on the QA environment, then we did it on the master environment, then we did it on the pre-production environment.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, we have to mention about the all three environments.
All the environments that you have to mention it over there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So let me go back. Okay. So here you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll be first discussing like what basic functionality we are going to test over here. And then we'll be looking at like how are we going to perform the test cases and all. So basic functionality that we are going to cover up will be when I launch the application. Okay. I should be first able to log into the application. So here you'll be applying various combinations that I think you are. Can you give me the examples like what scenarios you'll be testing on the login page?
Uh, Scenarios or like
Valid and invalid
valid, valid in
scenarios.
Right. Yeah.
negative and
These.
positive. Yeah.
So can you give me exact things like what you will be
Valid
testing over here?
email and valid password.
Mm-hmm.
Then valid email,
And
invalid password, invalid email, in valid password, invalid email, invalid password, and
Blank
mhm.
email, blank password.
Yeah, right. So basically you are clear with this thing. So what functionality we are going to test over here? Majorly combinations of various emails, password. So if I'll say that test 123, or I'm not giving at the rate any domain here, and then again I'm giving test at the rate 123. So it should say that please include at the rate in the email box. So again, if I'm giving please this, and so I'm not registered right now. So let's see what does it say right now. It says an incorrect email or password. Okay, so it will in some scenarios, in some application, there should be an option like which should say after like 2 to 3 times, if I'm trying to log in with the same email ID, there might be a pop-up saying that do you want to register. Looks like not there on the. It says that incorrect email or password might also throw some error. You can discuss this with the developers or your product owners that if the email is not at all getting found out in the database, we should show the message that uh, this email ID is not registered. We can't find the email ID, it's not there. So these kind of bugs you can raise for this scenario. Forget password option, we will check giving the invalid
email.
email ID. Yeah. So again, I should be getting the same error that it is not going to work. Submit. No account found with that mail. So here I'm getting this error. So this functionality looks fine. Okay, we can go ahead with this one. All right.
Sonali, the valid email and valid password, the organization will provide us, or we have to create it by our own?
So these things you can create on your own also on the application. This majorly you'll have to create on your own. They'll be providing you test user email IDs. Okay, they will be
Mhm.
creating sample IDs for you for the testing purpose, because every time you can't go on with your application, because there might be scenarios where you want to test different things. Okay.
Yeah, so maybe there will be maybe a 4, 5 or more than 4, 5 email valid email and password. So we have to verify with each and everything, right?
Right, right. So
Okay. Then we add some combinations also on that. So all these things will be take care by the organization.
providing the email ID, that will be
Mhm.
only the thing that will be taken care by the organization. Apart from that, you'll only have to play around with the different things that you want to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but only valid things yeah. Invalid was our scenarios, but yeah, valid things they will take care, right?
Right.
Okay.
So valid thing also, see here, they will do is they will give you us, say they can create a email ID for you. So here they can create a test at the rate
Mm-hmm.
gmail.com. They can create a email ID. Now you need
Mm-hmm.
to come over here. You need to click on create account, and you have to do these things that I am creating this. Okay, so this is how your ID will get registered into the database, that uh, this ID is registered with us.
So we have to do it with a 4, 5 test cases, or for the valid, or we have to do it only once for the testing.
No, no. What you can do is, see, we'll have to uh, take at least 4 to 5 users. Uh, See, the thing is, like, the performance testing, it has not only be, it shouldn't be only done by the performance test engineer. The basic performance testing you can also do. So what you will try to do is, like, let's suppose I have logged in with user one. Okay.
Mhm.
Now you log out of the application, you try to log in with the user two. So you should be, looking into the account details, and you should be saying that now user two is registered. You'll again log out, and you'll try to log in again with user three. So now here user three should be available. Now what you will do is, here user 3 is registered. You will open a different browser. You'll open the same website, and you'll try to log in there as user 1. So you should
Mhm.
be logged in as a user 1. So there shouldn't be any conflict. Okay, that I'm logged in here as user 3. So on the other browser or on the other tab. So on the other tab, if I'll open the same thing, right, I should be getting the same page. So the same user which is logged in.
Hmm.
This thing
Right.
is clear, right?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So these are the few scenarios that we will be testing on the login page. Okay. Uh, Apart from that, what we will do is, like, we will say that once the user is logged in, now they should land on the new in page. Okay. And here also a basic testing you will do, that nothing is breaking. So for that, what you can do is just go on console tab, and here we can just validate that nothing should be breaking. These errors that we are getting should not be there. So this sort of, or you can visually go and just scroll, and you can see that no image should be breaking. Then it's good to go. I can go ahead and I'll just start my own testing now, my feature testing. Once you have started the feature testing, here you need to look into each and every details. So you have to look, like, see how this image is moving, right? This is actually getting zoomed in, zoomed out. Okay, this image is getting zoomed out. So you'll test this as well on different browsers and on different screen, that this particular thing should be looking exactly similar in all across the browsers. Okay. Then if I'll scroll down again, first thing is to just validate that no image should be breaking. I should be getting all the product images. Okay. Yeah, this looks fine. Okay, now next what? So here you'll see that there is an option that I can either look at like a list, or I want to look at it like a grid. Okay, so there will be various options here. You'll be validating the sorting part. So under sort, you need to be very sure that when you're sorting the product, right? When you're sorting these home decor products, not there shouldn't be any product shown which is like outside this uh, product category. Okay, so right now if you look over here, the this key ring, butterfly key ring, okay, this looks fine. If let's say there is a product called bag, okay, bag is getting displayed in this list, so we need to raise the bug for this one. So when we are sorting the results, we need to, when we are trying to sort the result with new to old or any kind of sorting that we are applying, we need to be very sure that the products shown are still from the same category. Is this scenario clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, okay, let's go ahead. Again, I have given the my day. I'll just come to back. Let's just test one thing over here. Let's say I have given the range as 1500. Just suppose that I'm doing the same scenario on home decor only, but right now on my database, I have the details for bags only. So we'll look into this one. So how will you validate that the results that I'm getting on the UI, the count that I'm getting on the UI is the same which is there on the database? Okay, so these sort of validation, let's say there could be like 100 of things. So how will you validate that the
By
result that
S
I'm getting?
by
Yeah,
SQL.
yeah, by SQL you'll have to do it. So what we will do over here is, just let me open my database.
Okay, so first we have to validate the total number of list items that is present on the database, and they all are showing in the app or not.
Right, right.
Okay,
Mm,
this is the dummy website.
This is the website is proper. It is live. The database that I have created for it, that is basically, dummy, just a part of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So here I will just select. So what range I had given over there. So it was like the price range should not be greater than 1500, and the tags is equal to bags. Okay. So I'll just verify. I'm saying that, okay, two values should be there. Now I need to validate what are the name. So over the cream. Okay, give me a moment. Yeah, you can see the website now, right? Can you
Yes.
see the website as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So over the cream, ambush, patwa, and gold. So let's see on the database, I'm getting the same things or not. Yeah. So on the database also, this is the same thing. I also need to validate the prices. What is the price mentioned on the database? So one of them is 1340 and the other one is 1443. It will be also giving me the image URLs, which is available over there. The product type is Patwa and Portleys. So and the tags is back. So this thing is clear from the database that whatever I was looking for, it is looking, uh, it is I'm getting the expected result from the database as well. Okay. Now, again, let's go back to the page only. So in terms of UI, what other things you need to see? So let's say when I'm hovering over the image. So if you see the image itself is changing, it is first of all, the image is, it's increasing in the size and the images are changing. So these scenarios will have to change. See what will happen if, let's suppose, if I'll delete one of this image from the database, then how will my application behave? Okay, I need to make sure that at least two images with each of the application should be attached, so that when I'm hovering over the product, it is the images are getting changed and my this screen size, product screen size is changing.
So this is the part of the requirement.
Yeah,
The
this will be the
images,
part of requirement. Yeah.
it should be mentioned previously that when you click on the image, it should be changing.
Yeah, that's right. So these things will be there in the requirements, and when you will be preparing the test scenarios, also you need to mention this. When you are creating the test cases, your test cases should include this functionality as well.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. So here now, what you'll try to do is like, okay, three, four things. Now, if you'll notice, when we are clicking on these check boxes, uh, the list is going up and down. So this shouldn't happen like that. So we can basically raise a bug for this. Okay. So any sort of alignment, misalignment and all, we need to prepare, we need to document them, we need to create a bug for them. Even if you have some sort of thing, like if you feel like this doesn't look like a bug, you're confused, still raise it as a bug and get it clarified from the product owner. Never hesitate to raise the bugs, because it's our duty. It's the duty of the QA only to, they'll be measured on the bugs that they have raised and not the test cases that they have written. So if you're,
Okay.
even if you're feeling that this doesn't look like a bug, might be, I'm not sure, I'm confused, just go ahead and raise the bug and then get it clarified from the product owners and all that. Okay. So here on the basic, when I'm landing on the page, this particular page, I have done the basic sort of testing that when I'm putting on the filters, I'm getting the proper result. I'll validate this from the database. This will be the validation point. Okay. The UX, how UX is looking, this all details will be there in the Figma designs. So that will be the point of validation for the UX. How my text should look, how much should be the distance between these two, how much should be the distance over here. Each and every detail will be there in the Figma design. So Figma design is basically just a screenshot. You can say the screenshot of this, where the product owner has actually, product owner along with the UX designer, they have designed the application. And now your front-end engineer is trying to replicate the website you by looking at their Figma designs. So you should be very clear with the UX, this UX term Figma design. If you have any questions, you can just put it down.
No, I'm clear
No?
then.
Yeah, it's
Clear.
good.
Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and see what happens if I click on the this product. So these images that we are seeing over here, right? These images will be saved into your database in the form of, in the form of, maybe it will be attached in the image URL. Okay, over here, you are able to look at the database, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So under the product details, you'll be able to see it over here, or on the there might be other tables as well. where these URLs will be saved with the uh, with with the attached product ID. Okay, so one thing is like how do we maintain the database also, that we can also look into it. So suppose this is the product table right now. Okay, so product table will be storing all the items that I have on my website. Okay, so here we have filtered the product with the product type, so batuas and these things. And let me just run this one. So here, if you'll see, so we have cushion covers, some test, product type, and these are the things. And under the tags, we have home decor, tag test. So these are the different tags. But right now, let's focus on the product type only. So there will be a list of products. Okay. So price will also be included over here. Image URL will be there. Description will be there. And the product name will be there. But if you see on this particular page, okay, you'll be seeing that there is again a lot of other details as well, which is there. So it is mentioning that there is a 50% discount. Okay. And there is few more information, like if you'll pay with this simple, you'll be getting additional discount of 600 for like 49. You'll like it will be a simple free interest. Okay. Um, so these details, each of these details will be there into the database only. All right. So for them, we will be having different database tables created. So what can happen is like corresponding to this product ID, I can either, go ahead and create it is not my responsibility, but what the developer can do is like they can create a different table for this product ID, or they can create a product, or they can create a table for which uh, they'll be storing all the product related description. So if you'll give the product ID, there will be all the fields which will be mentioning that how much discount has given, and what are the cash on delivery, product description, and all product details. These things will be so basically what you need to understand is like there will be different tables involved for each and every product that we have, and not all the information will be there into the just a single table only.
Also, there will be the another table for the
Yeah,
same
they've
product.
yeah, right. So
And
you'll
yeah, the same for the one product, there is 4 5 images. So that's all the part of the different tables.
No, those 4 5 images. So let's say what will happen is like there could be a table, say images. Okay. So
Mhm.
images, under images, they will be storing all the images that we have throughout the product sites. Okay. So let's say here we have 4 images. If I'll go to backs again and select a product. So this product will again have some 4 images. So these 4 images also will be getting stored into a table called images. Now, how will you point it out that this image should be related to this product? So for that, there will be product ID. Okay. So
Okay.
if you look over here, so here I'll be having the product image name, and here I will be having the product ID. So let's say I have 4 images here, and here I'll be having the same product ID for all of those 4 images,
Okay.
right? So likewise, there will be a lot of other tables as well. So when you're testing a application, it won't happen like, you'll be having a single database, but under single database, you'll be having multiple tables where you'll have to, jump onto, you'll have to even at times it will happen like the developer won't be there to tell you exactly where that particular information is kept. So you'll only have to go and look into each of the data. So you'll come over here. Here, if you see, this is a customer table, order table. So I'm storing the details like customer ID, total amount, order date. These all details will be saved. All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, got it.
Yes. And Sonali, so the product you shown in the slide, so that is
Mhm.
also again a Figma design that is given by the product owner. So the if we click on a product, so the image should look like this.
Exactly. Yeah. These all designs will be given by the product owner. But see, here what will happen is like, see, these images won't be given by the product owner. That if you're trying to open
That
this.
that is that is the part of the database. Okay,
Hmm,
but
right.
when you open when you click on a product, so your page should look like this, that there is the sub images like this, and
Right.
there is written the price is written over there, the tag is written over,
Mhm.
so that is the part of the Figma design.
That is a part of Figma design. Each and every detail will be there in the Figma design.
Okay, so
Even
we have to
how,
test
yeah.
these also, that the every spelling is written over there is correct or not. So we have to update it on the database if there is not, is there any spelling mistake. First we have to raise the bug, and then we will update it on the database, right?
No,
So
I don't think so. We will update it.
yeah,
No,
yeah. The
first we
thing
have to
is,
raise the bug, no?
no, no, here what happens is like, see, when you will be getting the product for the testing, right? So
Mhm.
what will happen is like the developer will only, put some test data onto the database. They'll be only creating these products and they'll be only adding these images as part of their testing. Okay, now it's
Right,
your duty to go to the database, add few more products from there, or you can ask your developer as well that please add few more products for me. At least I need 10 more products on this page. So they'll be adding it. Anything that you're getting from the database will be exactly what will be displayed on the UI. So let's say here, you're seeing silver antique clutch. If there is a spelling mistake on the UI, right, it will be there
mhm,
on the uh, database as well. Okay.
right,
So in such scenario, this is a human mistake which your team has only made. But these products that you have added right now, they won't be going into the production. These are
right.
just for your own purpose, for your own references. These products will be later on added by your business teams. So they need to make sure these things that they are not making any spelling mistakes. Okay. So any sort of spelling mistake over the product or
Mhm,
over here, right?
right,
This thing we won't be raising it as a concern that this is not correct. Okay. This is a human mistake which your team has done. So
so we have to at
maybe
least inform them there is some spelling mystery.
on test environment, we won't be doing any such thing where we are doing this because this is a test data which we have only created from the backend.
Yes,
So there,
yes.
this is your responsibility. You can either go and update it from the database. If let's suppose, see, this is a e-commerce based application, right? And this will be getting released onto the production, and it can be accessed by anyone else. Okay, so you can go ahead and you can do a sanity testing on your own as well when the product app is live. Okay, if at
Mhm.
that time if you find out that there is a spelling mistake, then at that time you can raise a bug that maybe this is a maybe not, this is definitely a uh, mistake done by the business team, so we need to resolve this ASAP. Okay.
Okay.
If in what happens is like, let's say there is a scenario, let's say there is application like SaaS based application, so where it's like a B2B based application, so it's not your responsibility to go and test it on the production environment, production application. You won't be even having the access to do that. But in applications like e-commerce, you can do, and you can come here and you can do a round of sanity testing.
Okay.
Okay.
So before that, we don't need to mention when we are doing it by our own. But if this type of things will go on the production, pre-production level, then we can mention that this is the
Right. Right.
okay.
So
Okay.
on the pre-production environment also, the product owners will be putting it in the real product details, and at that moment you can raise these concerns.
Okay. Initially, it's not necessary to mention.
Right. Initially, it is not necessary to mention any spelling mistake or any description things. So what will happen is like basically under description, when you're testing, maybe you won't be having this much data also. So you'll be just
Okay.
giving test, 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 test. These things will usually happen that will be just giving typing test, test, test from their database and will be just looking over here.
Okay.
Okay. So
Mhm.
I'll now go ahead and I'll just give you an example of database bugs. Okay, not the database bugs, but the validation what you can do from the database. Okay, so here I'm filtering it down for the cushion covers. Okay, I'm under home decor and I'm filtering down my result for the cushion cover. Let's see. Is that? Yeah. So I'm just trying to filter out all the products from the tag home decor and the product type as cushion cover. So let's see what the result I'm getting. So just ignore the last few details because it is just a duplicate one which got created by mistake. So we'll be looking at these, the upper four ones. So I'm seeing that, there are 4 results that I'm getting on the database, but on my UI, I'm seeing only 3 results are there. Okay. So this I can raise as a bug that, this particular one particular item is getting missed. Now let's find out which particular item is getting missed. So we have floral white sequin, floral white, floral off white. We have this one. Then the other one is handmade gray floral. So handmade gray floral, we also have this one. And the white boho embroidery cushion. So this is also there. So which means that floral organza cushion, this particular product is missing from the application. So this is now a API issue. Okay. So how will I validate if it's a API issue? So we'll come over here under the search. We'll see the number, the count of items that I'm getting. So it's 0, 1, 2, which means these are the 3 items: floral or white, handmade gray, white. So my backend only, my API, this particular API is not able to return all the items.
Okay.
Is this bug clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Let's look at the other details now. So we'll verify the prices as well. Okay. So for this white boho, the price is 2336. Okay. So price is 2336. Okay, this looks good. Then for this floral of white, I have 2943. Floral of white, I have it is 1947. Floral of white, and on my database I'm getting it as 2943. So which means again there is a API issue. It is not able to get the exact details. Some logic what they have implemented on the backend on the application side, it is not getting me the proper prices of the of the products. So here again, I need to create a bug. So these kind of validations, you'll be doing it from the backend.
So Sonali, every
Yeah.
little thing like that, let's say there's more than one price difference or thing like that. You create a
Mhm.
different bug for each one?
Uh, you mean to say like if both of these products have different prices, these
Right.
are not matching from the database for the. Uh,
You
so
can put it in one bug, right?
see, what will happen is like, let's say, if all of these 3 products are not showing the proper are not showing the correct price. In that case, you will raise a single bug. If you feel even for one single product, it is giving you the correct price, but for the other two, it is not showing, then you can raise this as different bugs as well. It
Okay.
depends. Yeah.
So like what will you do? Like you will we be taking the snapshot and how will we raise the bug?
So in order to raise the bug, we'll be taking the snapshot of the application as well as the database. So database also, you'll just capture the snapshot of this, and you will also be copying the query. And when you are raising the bug, you need to mention this query also, what you have run on the database.
Okay, so like we have to these details should be matching, right, on UI and in database.
Right. Yeah.
So the
And
snapshots will be our proof, right?
exactly, the snapshots will be your proof. So you can take the snapshot for the this network tab as well, and you can tell them that here I'm getting only three products. So basically, this clearly proves that the API is failing. The API is not giving me the proper result.
Okay.
Okay, so this means that you have done some debugging of the issue as well. You have tried to find the cause of it. Okay, you have not blindly given the result. So it might happen like that, it could be some sort of front end issue, that there is something failing, because of which, at least one of the product is not getting displayed. For the
Hmm.
price, anyways, it won't happen, but if the product is not getting displayed on the UI, in such scenarios, you can say that, see, I have looked at the console tab as well, I have validated from the UI, it's not a UI issue, it's a database, it's a API issue only, because I'm getting only 3 results, it should be 4 results.
We need to have very good knowledge of API, I guess.
Yeah, APIs will play a lot of role.
Hmm.
So try to do one thing, like just open any application and look at the APIs that are getting called. Okay, the different type of APIs that are getting called, and what kind of responses that you are getting
Hmm.
from there.
Okay.
You know. So this was one part of um the validation. Okay, now let's see the scenario when I want to add this product to the cart. Okay, so what will happen in that scenario? Um, so let's say I have added one. So what will happen if the user tries to add in bulk quantity? If I give 10, 14, 5, 6. Now your point of validation should be like, if you're giving 7 quantity as 7 is 6 or 7. So when you multiply it with this 1817, so the amount should be correct. The subtotal, your subtotal should be proper. All right. This
Yeah.
is one type of thing that you will also validate. So if you see here, it is not letting me select more than 7. It is automatically getting uh, coming back to 6. So this again, you can raise it as a bug, that I'm not able to add any more than 6.
But
Okay.
Sonali, it's a part of database now. If maybe there is only 6 items present for a particular item, so automatically it will not show,
But
give us, yeah,
then there should be a message, right? That item is out of stock. Okay. This much stock is
Yeah.
unavailable.
Right. There should be some message getting popped up, or the message should be displayed that this item is not available. Okay, this quantity is not available. These kind of things will have to make sure. So even if it is not there into your requirement, you have to raise it with your product owner, that see, I'm not getting any message when I'm increasing the amount as increasing the quantity as 7, and the database does have only 6 available. So I should be getting some information here that this is exceeding the quantity, available quantity. So these
mhm,
points you need to raise as a concern, because the customer might come back that this is a bug. There's a issue on your application. I'm not able to add more things. So
yeah.
customer should get each and every information about, if So there will be some scenarios like where you will be also testing if the product is showing that it is out of stock, but the user is trying to add it to the cart. So it should block you from doing that. It should block you from paying for that uh, particular product. So these scenarios, you should be very clear with these scenarios that uh, what will be this will come as an edge case, that if the customer is trying to buy the product which is out of stock.
Okay.
Okay, so now in
So,
e-commerce web page, yeah, sorry.
so this is a kind of severity, severe bug.
It is a kind of a severe bug, yeah, very
Okay,
high priority one.
okay.
Okay. See, right now it will be high priority one for us because see, we don't have any information on the UI. How will the customer get to know about it?
Mhm.
So this maybe this is a requirement miss. If it's there in the requirement, well and good, the message should be there. So it is a high severity bug, high priority bug. If it's missing from the requirement, again, we'll have to raise it accordingly only.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, so in e-commerce web-based application, what happens is like what will how the person, the interviewer may ask you like, how do you use to do the payments? Okay. So in that case, what will you do say is that there were like PayPal and Stripe accounts. They provide these sandbox accounts from which you can do the dummy transaction. Okay, so there will be a particular integration over here. So let's say your application supports PayPal or your application supports Stripe payments. So we can attach those things over here, and using that, you'll be making the transactions. So you won't say that you were using the real cards for the testing purpose, because these payment part is actually a third party scenario. Okay,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
we'll be just doing these dummy transactions only.
Okay.
Can you say it one more time? Like what we will be doing?
So you'll be doing the dummy transactions
Mhm.
using either PayPal sandbox or Stripe. Stripe also provides these kind of sandboxes where you can do the dummy transactions.
Okay.
Okay. So again, this is a basically a form. So again, you can do multiple testing over here. Let's say it says that email or phone number. So I'm trying to give my name over here. So it should throw a message that no email, please enter more email or mobile phone. So these field validations you all are aware of, I guess, right? So first name and last name. Again, I should be testing it if I'm trying to give any characters here. So it should block me from that. It should say that, give proper details when I'm trying to add a address. So it will give me some suggestions as well. I'm not, if my that address is not there, I should also be able to, still give the address. There should be an option that, okay, you can type down your address. Okay. So it should not just basically take any default one from the suggestion box.
Okay.
Again, you can play around with the pin codes, like different pin codes if you're trying in negative or you're giving any exclamation mark at the rate. So these things should not be accepted.
So day
I'll
by
click
day
on.
we will do the testing. Now it's not necessary to do it on a single day, to all these type of testing for a one product.
No, 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 no. You won't be doing it on a single day. So see,
Mm.
what happens is like, see, your responsibility is to test the home decor page. Okay. So under test plan, we had mentioned that under home page, I'll be testing the products available on the home page, and I'll be also testing the functionality that uh, sorting filters. Then
Mhm.
if I'm able to add it to the cart, if I'm able to, purchase that particular, place an order. So these
Okay.
things will
Yeah.
go stepwise. You'll be writing down multiple test cases for the testing part, right? This is not just
Yes.
one scenario. So it will take a
Yes.
lot of time. Maybe you can take around a week also, depending upon the complexity. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
So now one functionality will be like, suppose you have placed the order. Now the user wants to cancel the order. Okay. At the time of the cancellation, uh, all the things that we do in general, right? That I should be getting the user should be getting the refund. How there will be options that how the user wants to get the refund. So you'll be
Okay.
validating these things. If the refund is processed, then your database should be, updated that for this particular refund, the for this particular return order, the refund has been processed. So these things, your database should be updated. So just to validate each and everything, whatever you will be doing on through the application with the database.
And the same for the discount part also, because in the e-commerce website always there is some discounts available. Suppose now the Diwali is coming over,
Yeah, yeah,
so
right.
it's
This
up to, yeah.
exactly. These all details you'll have to take care from the database,
Okay.
each and every part of it. Okay, you'll have to, in fact, you'll have to do the calculation as well. So let's say on the database, you have given that 40% discount. So the exact value, so it is giving me the actual price, and the discounted price should be calculated properly when I'm giving, let's say, 40%. Okay, so you'll have
Okay.
to calculate this price as well.
So once the e-commerce website is developed, so after that, most of the time it's a maintenance type, maintenance phase, right? Until unless we
Uh,
are adding a new feature or no.
it could be like, you'll be doing adding some new categories, or you'll be either changing the UIs, or there
Mhm.
will be a lot of things happening on to the backend side. They might be coming up with some new architecture designs that, yeah, now our application is not able to handle the load using this architecture design, so we need to add. So there are things like what do we say that? So the big databases that we have nowadays, right? So
Yeah,
they might
e-commerce
be
is the,
coming up.
yeah,
Hmm,
e-commerce is that type of website. So it's change within a 1 month.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So there will be continuous upgradation each and every day,
Yes. Okay.
right? So under basic scenarios, what you will be checking is like, you'll be checking the navigations also when you're clicking on back. It's taking you on the proper page. See, right now when I had gone through the to the page where I had added the address, when I went and then I clicked on back, so it is taking me to the proper page. At some time, what can happen is like once I have gone through the transaction page, I won't be able to I won't be able to load back to the home page. So in such scenarios, I just have to give the URL again, and only then I'll be able to you know get into the home page. So these kind of issues you need to raise that when the customer is saying go back, the application should work fine, it should land on the same page. Okay, so images we have talked about. Let's say there are any videos and audios onto your application, you have to make sure that those are working fine on different browsers. Okay, uh, you also have to make sure that the application is uh, you are able to operate the application from various uh, sites. Like, let's say I'm sitting in India and I'm able to access the application. Let's say you are sitting in US. If you are trying to access the application, it should behave the same way. It shouldn't be slow for you. So in such scenarios, how will you do it? is like they will be they can provide you such machines, they can provide you cloud based, like we discussed if you were there in the morning call, the browser stack. There could be some options where you can say that I want this application, I want to access this application from this region. So there could be different, there will be different tools available to do that as well.
Oh,
Okay.
so browser stack is one of them also that we can do
Uh,
that.
uh, Let me just
Because in the
quickly check
browser
that.
stack, I saw only the compatibility test or the platform testing or the cross browser
Hmm.
testing
Okay, okay, just
for
It
okay.
the
has
different reasons.
it has something to do with VPN, right?
Yes, exactly, with the VPN.
Okay.
But directly we can't connect to the VPN and then do it. There could be online tools as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah,
Yeah,
okay. What you
sometimes
can
there
do
is
is
a
like, hmm,
yeah,
yeah,
sometimes in India, most of them are doing working on for the US based application. So
hmm.
how they connect? They connect through some different tools.
So usually for desktop-based application, we'll use VPNs where we will create these virtual machines also. So what we can do is like there could be, we can create virtual machines which will be hosted on this application. So on via AWS, we can create different sort of virtual machines. So these could be like Linux-based or Windows-based virtual machines which you can host it on different regions. Okay. So on these virtual machines also, you can go and test your application. You can do it that ways as well.
Oh, okay. So there is some virtual machines which are based on
Yeah.
the other different reasons, requirements.
Exactly. So the browser stack is also creating these as virtual machines only, what it is creating online. But I'm not right now, I'm not sure like if if we have the option to tweak the the area as well where I'm located for that one.
Okay.
If browser stack can do that. But the so maybe what you can say is that using Amazon only, we used to create different virtual machines, and over there, region based, we used to test this.
Okay.
Okay. So other things will be, since this is a e-commerce based application, there will be a lot of images involved. So what you can test is like if there is plugins, browser based plugins are there, right? Or if you see sometimes there will be some pop-up saying that Flash or Java. Okay, so if these plugins are not installed into your browser, how is your application behaving in such scenarios?
Mm,
Have you ever come across this Flash Java install Flash Java?
No,
no.
No, never.
no.
Mm.
Okay. These things will be basically it will be there. Are you guys using Mac OS?
Yeah.
No, I'm using Windows.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
Window.
majorly on Windows will be getting these install Java pop-ups.
For
Usually
using
we'll get it.
Yeah, it's normally
when
like a
we are using
plugin.
Yeah. So maybe you are updating your system very well. Otherwise, it will be usually it occurs very often that update or install the flash. So anyways, that is just a edge case if you're not aware of it. But we can still say that browser plugins test the website on different browsers with various plugins such as Flash and Java. If those are not available, how is my application behaving in such scenarios? Uh, in We also need to make sure like how my website is behaving um, when the network is not behaving properly. Okay, when the network is unstable and the user is almost about to or place an order. In such scenarios, how my application is behaving, whether it is just it is not getting freezed. Okay. Your application should be still running. Maybe it will get slow, but it should not freeze.
Okay.
Is this point clear?
Yes.
Okay. Uh,
For me, actually, Flash Java is not clear. The point you mentioned.
it is basically uh, when we are on this application, right? If the Flash and Java are not installed on your browser, you won't be able to see the uh, maybe the images of, or if there are any videos on the application, you won't be able to see it. It's just that. Okay, don't worry about
Okay, but
what
it
is
is
Flash Java.
for this is
Sorry.
for the tester only, no? Not for the user.
This is for the QA, yeah. This is for the tester, but that's what I'm mentioning, that you need to take care of these things if the Flash and Java is not installed, okay, on your application. This is one of the test scenario, that if it's not
Okay,
installed, how is my application
so it's a
reacting
one
like?
of the scenario, maybe because of if my data is not updated or my Flash Java is not installed, so maybe because
Right,
of that I am not able to see the image.
exactly. Yeah.
So we have to take care first that it's we have to firstly take care that it's installed or not.
No, we have to take care of both the things, like that if it's not installed, how is my application is still behaving? It should still show me the text and all, right? It should not, it should be still aligned. Okay, it should not be go like it is completely disaligned and few of the text are missing and it's behaving completely weird. The application should behave the same. It's just that I should not be able to see the images.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay, yeah, that's all I had for today. If you have any questions, we can discuss those. So, now did you get some idea how do we do end-to-end testing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
it
this
is a
helpful?
yeah, it's really very helpful.
Okay, it's great.
And when we are doing the API testing also side by side, or we have to do it in on like other day or something.
No, what will happen is like when the development has started, right? You'll be working on the test case designing and all. Once majorly what will happen is like the APIs will be ready for the testing first, and then the UI will be coming. So once the API is ready, you'll have to test it from the Postman application. Okay, from
So
there you will test.
first APIs are developed by the developers, so we have to
Right,
start testing from the APIs only.
exactly.
Then we come to this part, the UI design part.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So in very few scenarios, right, it happens like both of these things will come together. Like front end application will be completely ready. So in that case, you can do all sort of testing from the UI only. And if you're feeling that the data is not matching from the database, you can just go and look at the network tab. And from there, you can validate that if this is a API issue or not. Uh, See, in our application, in e-commerce based application, there is not much data which the user will be giving. All right. So let's say here the user will be just either giving like search for the particular product, or
Mhm.
they will be adding the form details when they will be giving their home addresses and all these kind of details the user will be giving. These are very basic details which for which we can test them from UI also. There is no much negative testing that you can do on it. So in such scenarios, you if the UI is ready, you can directly hop onto the UI testing, and from there only you'll be doing complete functional testing. If your application is something different, let's say finance based application, in such scenarios there could be a lot of negative scenarios that you can test out. So for which it would be really recommended if you get the APIs first, you test those APIs, and then we go ahead onto the UI.
Okay.
Okay,
So it's based upon the project. So if
based
some,
upon the project, but still keep in mind that we will test first the APIs if the APIs are ready, and then we will go ahead to the UI testing.
okay, okay, thanks.
Okay. Mm, any other questions if you have, or we can end the session for today?
Yeah, I'm good for today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm good.
Okay, all right then. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Bye
Thank you so
bye.
much.
Thank you, Sonali. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.